Welcome to the Pub Sports Radio MLB Closing Time Show, playoff edition. It's Tuesday, October 12th. Ian Cameron, Conor Mac, and Sharpie, and Skee Profit momentarily will be with us as well, ready to analyze the last couple of games taking place today in divisional playoff MLB action. And for a bonus, for those of you that are so excited about the NHL hockey season starting tonight, we'll throw out some hockey picks. We'll throw out some puck picks, Conor and I especially, at the end of the show as well. For those of you interested in the pucks, it is opening night there. But we'll start on the diamond as always, and we will go with the two National League Series taking place. Game 4, do or die for the Brewers and the Dodgers tonight. We'll start with Milwaukee, Atlanta. This game gets underway in about an hour, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. This game will start. Eric Lauer, the lefty for the Brewers on the mound. Charlie Morton for the Braves. No old man. He's pitched well. He's deserving of not being called that by me right now. Atlanta minus 150, home favorites, 8 the total here in this one. Charlie Morton pitched very good in game 1 of this series. You can't fault him. That was a game the Brewers actually won, but he gave up just 1 2-run homer, and that's about it. He pitched pretty well outside of that in that game, and we'll see if he can keep it up here in this game against the Milwaukee Brewers. Eric Lauer's been mystifying to me, guys, that he's pitched this well, but give him credit for that. He's had a very solid season overall for the Milwaukee Brewers, the lefty. Can he maintain that kind of high level in the playoffs is a question. I do want to point out, though, one thing about Lauer is that the last start that he made most recently was against the Dodgers. And look, it was a Dodgers team. You could have said, you know what, the team that probably was going to lose the division. But the fact that, the final start, he struggled, 5 runs, 6 hits, 5 innings given up to the Dodgers in that game. So it was one of his roughest outings. So it's a little bit of a bounce back needed here from Lauer. It was definitely one of the rare poor games that he's had. Can he fare better here in this game against the Braves remains to be seen. But, overall his number's still good. But you would think he's probably going to be on a short leash too if for some reason he struggles in this game. But the Brave starters, Fried, Morton, Anderson, in this series, they've been great. The Brave starters have a 1.06 ERA in this series. You can't ask for much more than that. We've talked about Morton, how he's been just someone that's been so reliable for the Atlanta Braves here, second half of the year, a guy that's pitched well in the postseason the last couple of years. You look at the last 15 innings of baseball from Charlie Morton. He's given up just 2 runs. So for me, this would be Atlanta first 5, and I think they could end it here today. I like them in the series anyway. I've been on them every game. I don't love this price as much. Like I can't say I love laying $1.50 here with Atlanta. I think if you like them, maybe -0.5 in the first 5, but I'm not rushing to back Milwaukee. I think Atlanta is starting to flex their superiority in this series. And look, the Milwaukee lineup is still absolutely atrocious in my mind. They've done nothing in this series, and all these games have been lower scoring. I have to lean under, guys, because we just don't see any signs of, an offensive outburst from either of these teams. So I lean Atlanta, and I lean under first 5 in full game as well. Conor Mac, what do you think here? Milwaukee, Atlanta, game 4.
I'm with you. I've been the Braves backer of this series as well. Little different, not getting plus money, laying -150. Morton pitched well in game 1, but gave up the homer. But other than that, it was solid. Little value on the Brewers, which they can't hit a lick, like you talked about. We'll get into the other game in a minute. Teams can't hit, but the Brewers can't score any runs. They can't get anything going. So Braves haven't done much either, but all they've needed is a few. I like the under in this game. I will be on it. I don't know if I want to go first 5 full game. I haven't decided yet, but I lean Braves. I guess you could take it to get more value, a half run first 5, and that's where I'd like it. I still don't trust Smith. I mean, the bullpen's been good. They've got it done, but him especially, the guys before that a little bit better, but him, I don't think he's got good shit, and his ball, he can get hit. So I would go Braves first 5 if I were to take it here.
Yeah, we need to give the Braves bullpen a shit ton of credit, too. Like, they only got 5 innings out of Ian Anderson yesterday, and they pitched 4 shutout innings after he left the game. So the Atlanta bullpen has gotten the job done, especially these last couple games that Atlanta has won. Sharpie, what do you like here?
I've been shouting out that Atlanta bullpen. But shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. It's playoff baseball, guys. Let's get it, though. Let's get Morton and Lauer both last 7. They're dead on even, guys, with a 2.4 ERA. Morton's been money, and old man ain't always a bad thing, bro. I call old man's a good thing too. So old man Charlie Morton's still sticking with me. He won me some money, but that's not a bad thing. My thing is with him is I looked how does he pitch on back-to-backs, and 3 out of 4 on back-to-backs he got hit, guys. He did worse than the first time, so I've got to expect through paper and what I see on the numbers that he's going to do worse than he did last time. Lauer, on the other hand, he has a 3 ERA, guys, but a 4 FIP. So his ERA tells me it should be up a little higher. But he's been straight lights out money. And I look into the into the Atlanta numbers versus lefties. Season long, they're 24th average, 20th OPS. The last 30, they're 26th average, 29th OPS. That tells me Lauer should be able to get by giving up 1 or 2 and then getting into a bullpen that where Hader should go 2, maybe 3 in a must win. Not 3 because they're going to need him the next day, but 2 is very manageable from Hader tonight. I could see Counsell being quick with the hook again like he was yesterday. He believes in that bullpen, and they just couldn't put up no runs. That wasn't his fault. He should have left Peralta in at when it was all said and done, but he thought he was going to get some runs, guys. So we know what their bullpen's going to do, and we know what freaking blah, blah, blah. Atlanta's bullpen's been. They're the 3rd best bullpen the last 30 days. So I bet the under 4.5 first 5. And then I too picked the Milwaukee money line to the under 8. So I think this is going to be a low scoring type game because the bullpens will be called in quicker. And Atlanta's just not hitting lefties. Soler's not in the lineup. So this is a weaker lineup. And yeah, that's what I'm on.
Yeah, shout out. I'm going to shout them out. They've been that good. AJ Minter, Luke Jackson, Will Smith, Tyler Matzik, all of these guys that have been in this Atlanta bullpen here in this series, they've been fantastic. I mean, outstanding, all of them. Pitched to Edgar Santana. I mean, go on to Tomlin's even given them decent innings throughout the year. And absolutely outstanding bullpen work from this Atlanta bullpen. And that's a big reason why they've got this chance to close out Milwaukee. It's not like their offense has lit it up, but they're starting pitching. Fried, Anderson, Morton, outstanding, and the bullpen just as good. And now a chance to close out the Brewers. Speaking of getting a chance to close it out, hate to say this with Sharpie and Conor Mac in the house, knowing it's their beloved blue, their Dodgers. But here we go. Do or die for the Dodgers tonight. Gabe Morency, good friend of mine, done a bunch of shows with him, friend of mine for a decade. Big Dodger fan. He's always had an affinity for them because he spent a lot of time in LA in the 80s and decided, you know what, I'm going to go see them play this home playoff game, game 3 last night, Giants-Dodgers. Excited. They just won game 2, tie up the series, momentum on their side. And he's thinking, I'm going to Dodger Stadium, man. And he had great seats. He was behind home plate, not where Mary Hart is, obviously, in the front row, but we're talking about like 20 rows back, but still great seats. He got great seats. And they can't even score a bloody run for him last night in that game. Talk about a freaking letdown that was for Morency. I hope he still enjoyed the experience. I'm sure he did, but still, to go there, cheer the Dodgers, they can't even score one fucking run. Got to be a disappointment, a kick in the nuts. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely
awful.
Let's
go. Real quick. Where's Gabe today? Did he leave LA?
I don't know. I'm so busy. I haven't seen what he's saying on Twitter, but
I'll shout right now. Yeah. Gabe, if you're in LA, get a ticket to Dodger Stadium tonight because the Dodgers are going to score at least 5 tonight. Discovani, a guy they have ripped all year long. Even though his last start against the Dodgers, he went 6 innings, gave up none. I think that was like September 6th. So about a month ago. But all his starts before that, we've talked about it on the show. Discovani has gotten hit hard by the Dodgers. It's got to be tonight after they get shut out. They've got to jump on him early instead of get to that Giants bullpen. And I think they will. I think they score runs. The team total 4.5 plus 105, but today's the day for the run line. Buehler's on the mound. Dodgers run line plus 125.
Yep, they're gonna Cypress Hill it tonight. We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. No, that's exactly what they are going to be doing. I think they win tonight too. I'm not going to lay the number with Buehler and the Dodgers at minus 180, but I do think they'll extend it to game 5. And you're right, their success. DeSclafani's been good. Don't get me wrong, he's been really good. But the one team he's had some issues with were the Dodgers. Now, the last time he faced them, he did pitch well. He shut him out in 6 innings, but he's also had some real ugly games earlier in the year against the Dodgers. And I just got to think, after a game where the Dodgers get shut out is often a spot where you like to trust their offense, which is, more than capable of bouncing back to do just that. So my bet's on the over in this game, 7.5. It's a low number. I think the Dodgers will score. So it's kind of foreshadowing what Connor said, what I liked, and that's over 7.5. But I do think Giants could get a few across the board too against Buehler, which they did when they faced him in the first game of this series. So I think that can happen again here. Giants will get a few. Dodgers will get theirs, I think, as well. You're right, against DeSclafani. And I think we'll see this game find its way over. Because look at the series. I mean, we had an under, then we had an over, 9-2 Dodgers. Then we had the under, 1-0 Giants last night. I think now we get back to some runs being put on the board tonight in this one. Sharpie, what do you like here? Giants, Dodgers.
Connor, did you break yours down?
He did. Oh, yeah.
I thought he just did a little. I thght he just okay.
No, that's my breakdown.
No,
Dodgers win. I think there's runs too. Wind's blowing out a little bit. It's not so severe as yesterday.
It's 8. That's good enough for me for some runs. But let me get into it. Shout out to the chat. Smash the like I smash them.
I just made it because Gabe. I just wanted, if he's still in LA, go back tonight. Dodgers win tonight. They're gonna score runs. Take a run line. That could get over too. I think after that, total under game with the wind, the defense, the cold bats, cold outside. I think we should get some runs tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I did all my breakdowns, guys. We know Buehler has been bad the last 7. He's got a 4.42 ERA. DeSclafani's got a 2.8. But Buehler wears his big boy pants to the postseason, guys. And I was worried about that last week, and he showed up with his big boy pants. He's kind of dumb for throwing a 3-0 fastball to the only guy who has great numbers versus you in that lineup. Like, take a walk, guy. Come on, use your brain. So then I dug into stuff a little more, guys, and I'm like, yes, DeSclafani's been cracked by the Dodgers. So, yes, I expect him to get hit too. But then I look into it deep, and I'm like, Buehler is a rare breed, guys. He's gone 4 times this year back-to-backs like he's going tonight. 2 of them versus the Giants. 3 out of 4, he did better the second time he faced them, and he was dominant the first time he faced them. So it's like this guy gets better the next time he sees you within a week. He doesn't fall off, and that to me is bet on, guys. I know I sound like a homer, and I get it, but Dodgers run line, like he said, I haven't bet it. I have this weird, sick feeling in my gut that DeSclafani's going to pitch a gym tonight, and it's going to be a duel. And if it is a duel, there is value on the Giants.
I that's why I'm not laying the price with the Dodgers. I can't, and I don't want to lay the run line either. I think the Giants are where the value in the number is, and the price is.
Yeah, we talk about that every game. It just shouldn't be this big of a line. Dodgers are the world champs. They won the same amount of games, but they think the Giants are still this shitty team. They're not. They're really good. This line should be -125, maybe the Dodgers. That's it.
DeSclafani's been good. Except
but not against the Dodgers. Yeah.
Except versus the Dodgers. I get it. And that's why my head hasn't bet it yet. And Noli is telling me, like, come on, bro. You said everything. Why that you should be betting the Dodgers today? Like, come on.
Well, I told you yesterday I wasn't, but today, get it.
Yep.
Going back to San Francisco.
Yeah, he's had a couple of rough ones, no doubt. And most of them have been in like Dodger Stadium in particular. Like 8-0 Dodgers, 4 runs, 2.2 innings, 10 runs, 2.2 innings. He's actually pitched good against the Dodgers in San Francisco. This ain't San Francisco, though. He's got to face them in LA here. And Dodger Stadium, just what's he given up at Dodger Stadium this year? A total of 14 runs in 5.1 innings. That's what we're looking at for DeSclafani at Dodger Stadium in the starts he's made against them. So, if you buy into that, then it could be another rough night at the office for DeSclafani. And it better be, if the Dodgers hope to see a Game 5 in this series, which would take place on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night would be Game 5 of this series. Could be an off day with travel tomorrow, so they play Thursday if there's a Game 5. All right, we'll save the home run props, strikeout props, all that stuff for Jack of the Day and the best bet segment at the end of the show. Briefly, we're going to mention there is a college football game tonight. We've got App State and Louisiana Raging Cajuns. We briefly talked about this on the earlier show today that Connor and I did, Hitting the Books college football show. And we talked about it. App State 4.5-point road favorites, 57 the total. I'm on App State. I'm on the road favorite here. Statistically, I think they've been the better team. they've actually outperformed what I expected coming into the year. This App State team, and the Ragin' Cajuns have greatly underwhelmed me. I mean, they barely escaped with victories in their last 2 Sun Belt games, including South Alabama by 2. They haven't been covering numbers this year. Their defense hasn't been as good statistically as it was last year. And their offense has been hit or miss as well. They haven't run the football as well. Levi Lewis has been erratic. And App State lost to the Cajuns last year in a game that decided who was going to play Coastal for the Sun Belt Championship. Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns beat App State last year. This is a circled revenge spot, I believe, on App State's calendar. And I think they'll pay back Louisiana and get the job done tonight. Again, you got to lay more than a field goal on the road. Don't always like doing that. But in this spot, in this matchup, I am going to do it. I like App State. Conor Mac, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. This is not a place where I want to take App State. I think they've been good, not great. Bryce has been pretty good. I think there's been one team that the rivalry is pretty heavy is here with Lafayette, and they're at home. I know they haven't looked good this year, like we talked about with Lewis, but I think it's just too many points. I talked about it earlier. I think the line's about right, 4.5, 5. I think the total's pretty spot on at 57, so I don't really have a lean to there either. I think this could get up high scoring, or this could just stay under that number. So it's a pass. But if I had to play it free play, give me the points with Lafayette.
All right, and now it's time to drop the damn puck. That's right, the NHL season. We got to throw out a couple of opinions here for NHL opening night, ESPN doubleheader. We got 2 games to kick off the 2021-2022 NHL season. Stay tuned, by the way. We will have an NHL best bets type of show coming to Pub Sports Radio in the next few weeks. Stay tuned. Closer, probably November, when we'll get that going. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And we'll have some kind of regular show for NHL once we get into November. But for now, we'll definitely include some NHL opinions and thoughts on the closing time shows that we do in the next few weeks. So we'll give you a couple of opinions here. We got Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, the Lightning, Stanley Cup defending champions, minus 220, some minus 240 in some spots. Big home favorites, 5.5, 6 the total. I like the under a little bit in this game. I lean to Tampa Bay as well. First period puck line, minus a half goal in this game. Pittsburgh without Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Jake Gensel, 3 of their best forwards right there out tonight for Pittsburgh. Going to be tough sledding, I think, for them to begin the year. Tampa Bay, of course, and hanging the banner, excited. I could see them coming out to a very good start tonight. Take advantage of some of these absences for Pittsburgh. Penguins want to play low-scoring, tight hockey. Mike Sullivan, the head coach, said it. Without these guys in the lineup, Crosby, Malkin,
they're going to have to
play tight, checking, lower-scoring hockey. And so for that reason, I like the under as well. And I'm on Tampa. I lean puck line too, minus 1.5 full game, but I really like the first period puck line, minus a half goal. That means if Tampa's leading after the first period, you cash your ticket. I think they have a chance to be up 1-0, something like that after the first period. I think they'll have good energy, strong start with the feeding off the crowd in the first 20 minutes against this shorthanded Pittsburgh team. Connor, what are your thoughts on Penguins Lightning?
Yeah, no, get there. I think maybe they feed off the crowd with the banner. First period, half a goal with the Lightnings, I think, is a play. I saw the comment up there. Jimmy likes the Penguins. One thing, the Penguins, without these stars, most times they don't have both of them out, Malkin and Crosby. They've played well. I mean, over the last 3 or 4 years, they've had a rash of injuries. They still win games. But I'm not going to take them tonight. I think I think there needs to be a little more value for me to take them. Like I said, I'd be on Tampa early in this one. I mean, defending champs, I think they get some goals early. And one thing is, you're right, Penguins got to play tighter and defense, because last year they were sloppy. They were playing some high-scoring games, and they did not look good and bounced them. So, yeah, they got to play defensive hockey tonight if they want a chance to win.
And help out their goalie, Tristan Jarry, who can be really good some nights and not so good other nights. And up and down. He was good in the regular season, but if you watch that Penguins-Islanders playoff series last year, it was rough for him. And I think it's up to the defense to really help him out, especially if they're not going to score as many goals, early in the season, which you would think they're going to need Brian Rust, Jeff Carter, the older veteran forward, Kasperi Kapanen, guys like that to step up and score for them. And they're, that's asking a lot, especially out to Carter might, but, Kapanen and Rust, they're kind of streaky. Same with There's a couple others too. Streaky scores on this Pittsburgh team, and you worry about whether they're going to be able to get enough collectively as a team offensively up front without Crosby, Malkin, and Gensel. Yeah, Jason Zucker. Is he going to stay healthy finally? He can be a good offensive player, but that's also been an issue for him with the Penguins. The other game in Connor and your backyard, Vegas Golden Knights opening up the season. T-Mobile Arena against the Seattle Kraken, playing their first ever game, regular season game as an NHL franchise. We welcome Seattle to the league. Vegas minus 245 home favorites, 5.5 the total. We welcome Seattle to the league, Connor, with half their team, well, not half their team, but 3 or 4 or 5 players out due to COVID for them. So that's going to be the issue for the Kraken tonight. I mean, they've got no Calle Yarncroke, Jared McCann, Yanni Gourde, who they got from Tampa Bay, Jonas Donskoy, and Jamie Oleksiak on the blue line, all out due to COVID-19 protocol reasons for Seattle. So a shorthanded group. This is another team that wants to play defense first, tight checking. They don't have a good offensive team in terms of forward depth. So much so it's so bad tonight with all the COVID-19 protocol absences, Connor, that Alexander Wenberg is going to be their top line center tonight. It's like, who? Alexander Wenberg, who didn't play well in Columbus, had a very good bounce back year in Florida, but now we're asking the guy to be a number 1 center. Like, geez, I mean, is he ready? But they got no choice. Dave Axtall's hands are tied with all the absences for Seattle. So there's really not much he can do other than maybe put someone at the top line center spot with all these absences and hope they can play well. So I like their defense, though. Soucy, Larson, Fleury, Giordano's the captain, getting him from Calgary, Vince Dunn, Jeremy Lauzon, and the goaltending with Philip Grubauer is solid. They're going to have to win a lot of games, low scoring, the Seattle Kraken, and I think they're going to try to play that way early. I think Vegas wants to play a little bit tighter, too. I mean, that offense didn't always play well, Vegas, in the playoffs last year. And if Leonard plays well, I could see this being low scoring as well. So don't love either side, but I lean under. You will see Seattle play hard tonight. Like, it is their first game as a franchise, but it's not like Vegas won't play hard either. Their home opener in front of a raucous crowd. So I think both teams will be up for it, but I think it'll be like a 3-2 type of game and it'll stay under. So I would lean under here. Connor, what do you like here with the Seattle-Vegas game?
Yeah, just because all the COVID issues, I want to take the over here, but they're going to be a defensive team, expansion type team, and then they got the guys out like you talked about. They want to keep it tight. They got to play that type of hockey to be in the game. And the Vegas, opener, home crowd, big favorites. I'm going to take anything here. Like I said, I love the plus price on that over 5.5. Maybe there could be an empty netter, but yeah, everyone's on this under because all the COVID, and that's just how the hockey they play. They're going to be a defensive hockey, Grubauer behind net, with a good goalie. So that's how the Kraken seems like they're going to have to play to win hockey games. They'll be an under team. So I'm going to stay off this one. I have nothing. I wanted to take that over. I like that plus price, but probably going to pump the brakes.
Yeah,
I went under 1.5 first period on that one, and I took the puck line on the other game. I like just first period in and out.
Yeah, for the first period under, Seattle's got to really ratchet things with the shorthanded, depleted forward group. A forward group that, when they're fully healthy, it's still a patchwork offense.
They're still
not everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, when they got the they had their draft. Looking at this team wanted to be a defensive. That's how they have to play. Good goalie. Yeah, that not a great forward center. So for sure.
No doubt. I mean, they're definitely going to have to play lower scoring. And Dave Haxtell's more of a defensive-minded coach too, so it fits with him being the head coach of this Seattle team, the first head coach in Seattle Kraken history. But looking forward to it. Like I say, I like the NHL card a lot more tomorrow. And I'll definitely mention what I like tomorrow on tomorrow's show. And there's better bets out there, I think, in the NHL tomorrow with the Wednesday slate than tonight. But still, I'm excited to watch these two games, and it's just great to have hockey back. So looking forward to the NHL opening night doubleheader tonight. All right, we want to make sure we do the seventh inning stretch now before we get to Jack of the Day and Best Bets. Evan L., Wack Prescott, Zach Ray Pike, Eric Chang. Appreciate everybody joining us. Eric Jones, Sam Calmer, IQJ, Lance LaRose, Michael O'Brien, Michael Robertson, Thanks to every iHeavy08 who donated earlier today. I am a business. This has been insane because we pushed the hitting the books back to today, and it's made today even busier. So it has been crazy, iHeavy08, but we enjoy doing the shows, even if it feels like I've been in front of the camera now for 4 hours, which I pretty much have been. So, but I enjoy it. I love doing these shows. Love working with everybody I work with, like Sharpie and Conor Mac. Cheshire Cat, Skee Profit, unfortunately, internet issues. He would have been on with us, but he likes the Brewers team total under 3.5 today. Skee Profit as well. We're going to have definitely a lot of exciting shows on the horizon. Hockey's coming back. We'll get some hockey shows going, like I say, in the next few weeks. NBA Pub Hub is right around the corner, bringing that show back with NBA starting.
We be pubbing.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting the NBA Pub Hub crew back together. We'll have some news on that in the days to come. So excited for all that coming up. Hockey and hoops here. Pub Sports Radio. College basketball next month. Eventually, we'll get that show going again as well. Lots on deck with the winter sports about to begin, hockey and basketball. We will get to Jack of the Day. We'll get to any props that Sharpie likes, strikeout props, any of that, plus best bets. We'll get to all of that in just a second. But first, we're going to pause for messages from Manscaped and Southtown 101. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, make sure you stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke as well at Southtown 101. Manscaped promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase of Lawnmower 4.0 and any Manscaped product on the website by checking out the promo code PubSports. Make sure you take advantage of that. And mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. You know, football season, lots left, still a few months of football left. We've got NHL starting tonight. NBA starting next week, college basketball starting next month. I mean, it is that time of year when all the sports converge at once. So make sure you're ready for it and sign up for an account at mybookie.ag, a Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. Mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, we'll get to best bets in just a sec, but first, props and, of course, Jack of the Day.
Well, see you later.
All right, Jack of the Day for me is essentially one per player from the Braves who against Lauer, who I think could hit him, and that's Albies. One at bat, but it was a hit and it was a home run. Jock Peterson, 1 for 2. I wouldn't argue with that, but I like Ozzie Albies more than anything. And then my other Jack of the Day candidates are just a bunch of Dodgers against DeSclafani because we've got Chris Bryant with 2 home runs, 6 for 16 against him. We've got that's against Buehler. Yeah, that's actually the one I like for the Giants is Bryant against Buehler. But a bunch of Dodgers. Will Smith, 6 for 12, 2 homers against DeSclafani. Corey Seager, 4 for 8, a home run against DeSclafani. Mookie Betts, 2 for 8, a home run against DeSclafani. Trey Turner, 4 for 14 and a home run against DeSclafani. So take your pick. I just rhymed off a bunch of Dodgers there. Corey Seager, Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Will Smith, all interesting candidates for Jack of the Day tonight against Anthony DeSclafani. And the wind is blowing out, as Connor mentioned earlier, at Dodger Stadium tonight. Connor, what do you think for Jack of the Day?
Yeah, I'm going to take a guy. He's got a homer off Morton Navarez, plus 750. His value. The number's too high. He's got jack power. Watch him go yard today, maybe. And bunch of guys you talked about, Dodgers have all these guys have home runs off DeSclafani, but not a lot of great value. I roll with Trey Turner because he needs to step up. God damn, he just he didn't look good last night. He's got to at least get on base tonight. He's plus 425, and you mentioned it, Chris Bryant. He's plus 450. He's got the best looks off Buehler.
All right, there you go. There's some Jack of the Day candidates from Conor Mac. Sharpie, props-wise, anything you like in the two games?
Yeah, shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. You guys rocks. 30-minute show. We gonna get you paid. Shout out to the Discord, Pub Sports, baby. El Capo, Hector. Corey Seager has a 500 batting average versus Desclafani, a 500 slugging versus right-handed pitchers all year. He has a 769 slugging the last 2 weeks. So Corey Seager over 1.5 home run props, baby. Let's go. I'm with you guys with him. K props wise, my voice sounds different. I took a fat dab though, dude. I like went blank for a second. But K props, I don't want to run any guy on 3 days rest. Realistically, they're going to give you plus value, and that ain't enough plus value in my eyes. Desclafani, I maybe might look at if the Dodgers are going to press tonight. It's going to be a long night, and he's going to be out there. So that would be the only one I'd actually even look at tonight, props wise.
All right, there we go. Some props from Sharpie, mostly from the Dodger game. All right, there's only 2 games, slim pickings, but we got to have a best bet, or at least we got to try our best of the bunch, whatever that may be. Best bet for tonight, Connor. We'll start with you, Connor. What do you like for a best bet?
I think it gets over in the Dodger game, but I think the Dodgers come and swing it tonight. I haven't taken much all year, but I think it's warranted tonight. Dodgers run line plus 125. Goes back to San Francisco.
All right, goes back to the Bay, says Conor Mac. Yes, Dodgers minus 1.5, plus 125. There you go. Best bet for Conor Mac tonight. Dodgers run line. Sharpie, best bet.
Man, like I was saying earlier, Morton 3 out of 4 times got worse the second time he's seen the other team. So I got to go Milwaukee over 1.5 first 5 at minus 115. That's my best bet, and I bet it. So
there you go. Brewers to rise up. You know, their backs against the wall. Can they put some good swings together early in the game against Charlie Morton and the
Braves? Can they get a walk and a home run? Not even some good swings. A 2-spot.
2-spot will do it. First 5 total. Exactly. All you need is 2 with the over 1.5. Brewers first 5 team total. Best bet for Sharpie. And mine is going to be the Giants and Dodgers over 7.5 minus 115. I think it gets there. I'm going to guess like 6-3 is what I think the final score will end up being for the Dodgers tonight. The Giants will score a couple against Buehler because Buehler hasn't been completely shut down, but I do think the Dodgers will get some against DeSclafani tonight, who's just got at Dodger Stadium. He's actually pitched okay against the Dodgers in San Francisco, but at Dodger Stadium, it's been just brutal for him there in the 2 starts he had there. So I think we get over 7.5 with the Giants and the Dodgers tonight, over 7.5. That'll be my best bet. And that'll wrap up this edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. Hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you do that. To be announced in terms of tomorrow, we will have some kind of show at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. It might be an NHL show if there's no baseball games, because there may not be any tomorrow, unless the White Sox can stay alive here against Houston. But if Houston wraps up this series, it'll be over and there'll be no baseball tomorrow. So the next baseball show if there's no games tomorrow, we'll do a hockey show instead at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. And we will be here Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern for sure for baseball. No question about that. And like I say, we're going to have announcements too for NBA Pub Hub. We're going to try to get that show rolling again next week when the NBA season starts. So lots to do. And again, Bebsy in the bag tonight. It's Tuesday. Beat the Line, NFL preview, every game. They will break it down. Bebsy and Jimmy the Bag tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We've got DFS stuff all week long. Sharpie's part of that. You know, Billy, they do a great job with the there's a new kid, Taylor, that's doing DFS stuff for NBA as well on the channel. So
killing it. He's put some money in my pocket, like absolutely. On regular straight bets too. Like last night, Hornets +8. He gives you a bet every day, and it's like been money.
Absolutely. There's UFC DraftKings, DFS stuff for UFC on the channel tonight. So, of course, Clint does his Die Hard MMA Monday night. So there is tons of stuff. Razor Sharp with horse racing streams, live streams on the weekend, football live streams, you name it. It's right here at Pub Sports Radio. So make sure you tune in and check out all of that. Support the content, support the channel, support the shows. That means that we'll keep on doing this. And the numbers keep growing. I'm so proud of this channel.
We be pubbing.
11.2 and rising. 11.2K subscribers now on the channel. And rising.
All day, all night.
Keeps on going
That
up.
is pubbing right there. 11, dude. That was like a week to hit 1,000. Shout out to the chat. Smash the like.
Time.
You guys rock.
Yep, and we've hit the big time numbers now, and we're in that YouTube algorithm for life. YouTube algorithm for life. That's
NWO
for life
right now.
Oh,
yeah,
life.
Exactly right. Awesome stuff. Conor Mac, Sharpie. This is Ian Cameron. And behind the scenes, the man behind the controls there, the big show, joining us as well. We be pubbing indeed. Lots to be excited about for the future. Thanks a lot, everybody. Great show. Enjoy the games and good luck tonight. We will see you again tomorrow on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time for NHL closing time, MLB closing time. Who knows? But we will have a show tomorrow.
Some kind of closing
4
time.
p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Have a great night, everybody.